Okay, so I've been rushing for a lot of videos, and you realize I released about 2 to 3 videos already, and I stopped all the Q&A videos for a while. So you will see the Q&A videos coming out next week lah. The reason is because I think that there's more important videos to release. So I released the Christmas edition videos. That one I did it before the cooling measure. So somehow I'm feeling it, and the government also feeling it. Then later on, I released the cooling measure video at about 8 plus in the morning. So 8 plus in the morning, I did the video, but I released it only in the afternoon at about 12 to 1 o'clock. Then later on, there was more news. Okay, so this I will say that is also part of a cooling measure, but it's not a cooling measure that actually affects the consumer directly. Okay, this is more of a back end cooling measure, or bigger picture cooling measure. So what happened is at about 11 a.m. the government says that they will increase supply from the MMD confirmed list private housing, meaning that they will add in more government land sales into the private housing for 2022. Okay, so what does it mean is that if you realize for the first half of the year, the land we have in the government land sale list, from 2022 onwards, the list will actually become bigger. Okay, so I'm going to show you that actually I did update in my Telegram group for EC that there's actually 2 EC land that is actually out. So most likely next year you will see it. Okay, then there's also lands that's being released by the government from this year reserve list to next year reserve list, or this year reserve list to next year confirm list. Okay, I won't be going through the whole list lah. The thing is because I just want you to understand that this is a very big picture, and at the back of this video, the second part, I'm going to tell you how it actually affects, and I'm going to tell you a secret that a lot of people actually miss out, which is something that is got to do with 35%. Okay, so I will share with you the 35% later. Then I don't know at what time the government also say that 35% more BTO flats to be launched in 2022 and 2023. So this is, I think it's together lah, just that maybe I didn't see the news article. I see a separate news article. So in 2022, 2023, right, the government will be launching 23,000 BTO flats. And then there will be a 35% rise from, I think that is the HDB part lah. Means in 2021, right, there was only 17,100 HDB flats, BTO, that's being launched. 2022 and 2023, they will launch 23,000 yearly. Means there's 23,000, that's 46,000. Okay, I can tell you that this is a lot. Releasing land is going to affect the market in a very big effect. I would say that is actually more scary than whatever LTV lah, whatever lah. Because you must understand, the cost starts from the land, then developer, then marketing agency, then consumer. You know, it comes from the bottom. So the cooling measure is actually hitting the people on the top. But actually, if you hit the people at the bottom, which is the land and the developer, it's going to create a very big effect. But normally in a cooling measure, people forget about the bottom part. They only remember the things that affect them, which is the consumer cooling measures. So in the first half of 2022, site on the program confirmed list for the government land sales is going to yield nearly 2,800 private residential. That's a 40% jump. So actually they didn't have this list lah. It wasn't so long, but they increased it to 2,800. The list is quite amazing. There was a diamond site that actually able to take like 1,000 over units. Then I see there was a woodland one that is near the MRT. Then I also see a Bukit Batok EC and a Tampines EC. The Tampines EC more or less I already know it will be there, but the Bukit Batok West one is actually new. So congrats, there will be a West Side EC again, which is like after Tengah, then there's one more. Then there is also one thing that I want to talk about, which just I told you, right, the second part, which is there's actually a 35% interest. So I don't know if you get the article or did you all miss the article, or do you, and you know it's normally like that one, people never like take note and all these things. But yesterday, okay, I'm in some of the chat group with some of the top agents that analyze property and everything. So sometimes we see more than you guys, or see more than the public or the normal agents lah. So what happened yesterday at Business Times? 1:48 p.m. the Real Estate Development Association (REDAS) they actually came out to, there was a news article. Okay, so I don't know if you all realize it, is that because there's a additional buyer stamp duty for the developers, okay, for the revised land ABSD, means when they buy a land, if they don't sell in 5 years, they're gonna pay 35% additional buyer stamp duty. Previously, if I'm not wrong, it was 25%. Now it's 35%. It's actually a big risk. Meaning that today, if you are a developer, you buy a piece of land and then you're like, oh, I hope that I can sell away in 5 years. You know, what if you don't sell? I don't know how they calculate. Like, is it through the land price or whatsoever? But you have to pay a 35% premium. 35% premium is already more than the profits that the developer is going to pocket. So 35% is crazy, guys. 35% is crazy. So it's like, as a developer today, if the news came out yesterday, I tell you what ABSD all this thing, to them not important one. To them it's like, wow, now our risk of not selling from 25% increase to 35%. It's a scary thing. And if you look at it this way, if the government pump in more property, actually you must look at it this way. You see, the HDB is 23,000 yearly but actually the private they pump in, but did they pump in a lot or not? Actually, just now I think we look at the chart, it wasn't that much. Okay, wait, we go back to just now, that numbers. The number that I say, I also forget already. Okay, so for private residential unit is only 2,800. So this also come out and explain to you all why I always say that for HDB flat, I will always for me, if I can invest and I can afford a private property, I'll never go to HDB flat. And this is the reason why. 23,000 yearly is 46,000. The private for 2022 is only 2,800. Okay, you can say that, hey Aaron, there's en bloc and everything. I tell you, after you add en bloc, it will never cross 4,000. And you must understand that government land sales, the secret is they are always cheaper than en blocs, because there was also an article that says that government land sales, the reserve price is only 85% of market valuation. But your en bloc, because of the greed of the owner and the increase of resale prices, everybody want high. So if you realize that a lot of big en bloc came out on the newspaper, say a lot of things, but you didn't hear them succeed, it's always a failure. So remember in my Christmas video, I told you that if en bloc don't do well, then it means that the developers will actually go to government land sales. If government land sales still don't do well, then to me is gone. And with this cooling measure coming, right, imagine TDSR is 50%. The developments next year are going to launch Ang Mo Kio 2,000 per square feet plus minus. With 55% TDSR, you really need to be really rich to be able to own even a 2-bedder. I would say that people with like 100,000 income a year may not even be able to buy a 2-bedder. There may be chance, provided they build it very small, like let's say 600 square feet. Then maybe you need at least 80,000-90,000 income with no expenses to be able to own a 2-bedroom only. So this is a big thing to the market. So if you are still in your world of what ABSD, I will tell you that the ABSD is just to prevent the foreigners and the very high income earners to actually buy a lot more. But the real thing is this land thing. Giving more lands, the government releasing more lands, the government wants to stop en bloc, the government wants the developer to think twice when they bid, because if you don't sell, you got to pay 35%. All these are big risks and big things that is happening in the real estate market, but it's often missed out and forgotten. So if you still think that it would affect, I will tell you that you may be wrong because I will tell you that this is a big thing. The government may not have target the consumers, but they have target the big boys below. They have target the fundamental, the base of it coming up. So that's it for today's video. Hit the like button, subscribe button, and see you in the next episode. I don't think there will be a weekend video lah. I already do many videos this week, and I really like do a lot of research. I already like overflow. Okay, so help me like and subscribe. I see you in the next episode next week, and there's no more Christmas edition. Christmas came early. Bye bye.